But how do you get, because even things in therapy will tell you about, like, yes, understand, like, have empathy for where they came from. And like, let's say we're just talking about parents or whomever, kids that were bullies, that were just probably from shit homes, that weren't taught how to be good humans. Like, so how do you go from, let's say those girls were an 8, for example, right? And then you understand where they came from. You have empathy from them. Maybe you know one of them came from a real bad household. That makes it easier to maybe let her off the hook a little bit. But how do you bring it down the list that you're like, okay, now Becky's at a 4. How do you get Becky down to 1?
Mental gymnastics.
Right.
It's not easy. You know, you've got the people out there say, okay, I understand they came from a crap background, and then your brain goes back to when they stuffed you into a locker, but I don't care. That was still wrong. You should know right from wrong. You should know the basics. But some people don't know the basics. They just don't. They're treating you like they were treated. And it's the only thing they know. When you walk into a room, you can feel the energy of the room. Sometimes when somebody's mad, you know who it is because you can almost feel it.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. If your energy doesn't match another person's energy, you're gonna go like this. You're gonna kind of butt heads before they even open their mouth. So the trick is it's like a dance. So to get that number 10 where you're butting energy, you get them down to an 8. You keep saying I forgive you. And once if you say I forgive you and you know you didn't mean it, you do the mantra and you're like, it didn't work. I'm still angry. Okay, it did work. It got rid of it got rid of a few of the first few layers.
Right.
So what I want people to do is, if you're still angry and you do that mantra and you know darn well you're still angry and they're still at a 10, or let's say they're still at a 6. We won't even discuss the 10s. But let's say it's a 6 level person and you want to forgive them. Okay, well, to get them down to a 5 or a 4, you're going to have to work the mantra a couple times. And after the first time you do it, walk away and shake like a dog. Not kidding. Dogs don't suffer from PTSD. They don't. They shake. They literally shake. And you might want to be alone when you're doing this because you're going to feel like an idiot when you're doing it. If you're shaking yourself, looking like an idiot walking around your house. But animals don't suffer from PTSD. They trust their intuition and they just kind of shake it off. Like Taylor Swift's song, Shake It Off.
Great song.
And then wait 24 hours and go back. And then maybe this time just clear the energy around the person, or maybe just forgive the energy or forgive yourself. Or maybe if the memory is you're in a room, forgive the table, the chair, the building. My whole point is there's other things you can forgive that will start to get that level 6 person down to a 5, down to a 4. There's always something else you can forgive to get that down. And eventually, once the onion goes all the way to the bottom, eventually you're just going to naturally be ready. I can't tell you when, but eventually you'll be ready. And you know you forgive. And whenever I really, truly forgive somebody, I was in the shower this morning and I did it. I actually do it. I do it mentally now, wherever I am. But I feel a pressure in my chest. My oldest son has the same thing. So with the first few times you forgive people, pay attention to your body. Everybody's signal is different, but pay attention to your body. Do you feel tired? Do you have a pressure someplace? Does your shoulders feel lighter? Somebody told me that once. Said, I just feel lighter. And don't be surprised if somebody comes up to you, Michael, and say, what'd you do differently? Do you have a new haircut? Or did you lose some weight? No, you didn't do anything. You just started forgiving people.
You're like, no, I got Becky and those other bitches down to 2.
There you go.
I'm doing good.